This is going to be another quick video I'm doing about some movement on Gaia, because it's a really fun suit. I really enjoy it. It's pretty, I mean, it's really just about its mobility. It has like some of the Reborn's flip stuff, but it can't go backwards. So yeah, it's balanced. But there's just a couple subtle things people don't really realize. I think a lot of people realize, like, wow, is the system pretty good? That means pretty bad. And the fact that it break cancels. So there's something that subtle goes on when you watch a lot of Japanese replays. I even see the solace in the Sky Slam video where he's explaining this, and he's like, when you leave that mode, you flip. That is wrong. What you do is you step flip. Watch. It barely used more boost, and you didn't even really see that step. But trust me, there's a step there. And that step also, from the way Gaia's little slide works, it will buffer properly. So if you do it like right around the end, even if you're in some sort of hideous Wi-Fi land where everything's spiking and it's red bars, I can still normally pull off the maneuver. While if you're, and it's the same thing you saw, I think you heard my stick input when I tried to press B. It's the same thing there. But that step really helps it buffer. It makes it so they will stop tracking you when they're shooting you, and it's something that's very subtle. And if you're picking up this suit, I think a lot of people aren't even going to realize it's a thing. There's a couple other things that people might not realize. I think it's pretty apparent. The dog mode, transform the dog mode is a really fast transform. It has a lot of mobility on it. You can see just from, I think following the screen background is one of the most apparent things. You can see how that really shifts. You can get a lot of momentum after that. But another thing that's a little bit more not obvious is, like, let's say I overheat. You see how you can still turn? And if you, that was all overheated, I could still keep moving. But you saw how you can't really do it there. Like, even if you overheat on a ground run, like, it basically just stops you. But if you're kind of overheating, you can green lock the other. So like, let's say this guy's chasing you, and you're overheating away from him. You can green lock that guy and flip at the very end, and then do a ground slide and recover, because your suit's kind of nonsense. So you're moving, and then you do that, and you do it in perspective, I guess, to that guy. And it's a very, very, very effective tactic. It's another thing I'll do a lot of times. With just this and a spin, you can dodge Reborn's gyro funnels. It's true. Sometimes they still hit you because they're really good against ground runners, but it's just kind of like a couple subtle things that I think with people that want to learn this suit don't necessarily see. That's pretty much all. I think everything else is pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, and I forgot to do this too, but oh yeah, well that's why I don't do it. I was gonna say that does more damage than this ender, and it's more safe. But not too big of a deal. But yeah, just doing stuff like that. Just don't forget about green lock and flipping, and don't forget when you're ground sliding, step a flip. Thank you.